Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get you to stand all the way up. So stand up. Okay, I'm going to use my chair again. And you don't have to use a chair, but since this is a basics class, I am going to use the chair. Some people might want the chair for some balance. Okay, I'm going to face you this way. You can face your chair if you want to, but I'll face you so you can see me. Okay. All I want you to do again, you can see yourself in your mirror or your computer. Try to make sure both shoulders are level and both hips are level. So again, like I said, I was just working on making sure that you're not standing like this, right? A lot of times people are standing like this. So see if you can level yourself out. Yeah. And all we're going to do is I want you to pull your hips back in space, like you're going to go into a deep squat. And then stand all the way back up, pull your hands to your sides. So you guys can go ahead and do that. So those who've heard my whole spiel about standing and posture, just kind of keep practicing. For those of you who are new to me, I want to show you this real quickly because you haven't heard it before. But when you're standing in correct posture, the rib cage, your rib cage is like a bowl shape, right? It's like a big, barrel shape. It should be stacked over top of the center bowl of the pelvis. So a lot of times I see people standing up straight and they'll stand like this, thinking they're standing up straight. They'll pull their shoulders way behind, so you can see what that does is it thrusts my rib cage in front of my pelvis. So you want the bowl of your rib cage to be over top of your pelvis. So a lot of times what I'll have people do is I'll have people kind of get into a really horrible posture. So I'm going to have you guys go push your hips way forward and take your shoulders way back. Then take your hands in front of you and push your hands forward like you're doing an imaginary plank until your rib cage comes over your hips. And find where that is, engage your glutes a little bit, and put your hands back down to your sides. So this is the starting position for your exercise. Remember how I said there's different positions of like neutral, flexion, extension, side bending, twisting? When you're walking, you want to be in this neutral line when you're walking. You don't want to be walking around in a side bend or in extension or in flexion, right? So you're trying to find that neutral line when you're walking, okay? So we're going to practice maintaining this neutral line. Actually, you're doing exactly what I was going to take us into. We're going to practice maintaining this neutral line while we see if we can lift a leg. So see if you can maintain this and lift a leg. Again, you can use this and then lift the other leg. I'm going to go sideways so you can see me. I'm going to see if I can maintain this neutral line, lift a leg, lift the other leg. Yep, lift a leg. Remember that exercise I start class out with a lot of times where we lie down and we just kind of do this kind of stuff? We did it today. That's the same practice from the floor. This becomes functional Pilates. This is where Pilates becomes functional. So it's the ability to keep this still as you move at the hip. Yep. Good job, you guys. You know what, I'm going to hang with this for a second. So now what I want you to do, so you got that concept. Now what I want you to do is stay in that same neutral line and see if you can take your leg kind of behind you. Don't let anything else change, just take your leg behind you. Yeah? So remember this exercise that we did today? This? That's what we were practicing. The ability to maintain a neutral torso while you take one leg behind you. Because that also happens when you walk. One leg goes behind you as the other leg goes forward, and your body stays in neutral. Good job, you guys. So hold on to this, and pull that leg back. Try the other side. Pull the other leg back. Other side. Reach. Yeah. Good job. Actually, lean forward a little bit. You can bend your knees. We're going to make this a little harder. You can hold on to this chair. Keep your torso in that neutral line, though. Take that right leg back behind you, so I'm looking like this. And I'm just going to lift my leg up and down. I'll get closer to you so you can see. I'm going to lift my leg up and down. I'll do this leg without changing my torso. So I'm just strengthening the back of my leg, right? The ability to lift my leg up behind me. You'll see this in bar classes where they kind of get into these positions and they're like lift and lift and lift. It's really about keeping your torso still as you lift that leg up and back. Okay, go ahead and switch legs. So see if you can keep your whole torso still as you lift that leg up behind you. You're not using your back, you're using the leg. Now obviously your standing leg is going to be working on this. You're going to feel it in your standing leg. Good, let's do 3 more of those. Aaron, this also really applies to yoga, obviously. So if I were going to be going into like warrior 3, let's say, I would activate the back of that leg as I went into that warrior 3 position. That one leg is going to be really strong. Good job. Okay, let's play with that with walking for a second. So see if you can find your neutral line of your body. And a lot of times if you walk backwards and then take your step forward, you can feel how your back leg works. Because it's hard for sometimes for people to understand how the back leg kicks in. There's like, what do you mean my back leg works? Your back leg pushes you forward in space. It pushes you forward in space. Yeah, so let's start here. I'm in this neutral line. I'm going to take my right leg back behind me. And then I'm going to lift that heel up and push onto my other leg. And then take that foot forward. Push onto your other leg. Push onto your other leg. Yeah, so walking is actually, you're pushing yourself onto your other leg. A lot of times I'll see people walk and they just kind of keep their legs in front of them. They never get that push. They turn off their butt muscles, they tuck their tailbone under, they walk all kinds of ways. So see if you can maintain that neutral. Push yourself onto that one leg. Good job, you guys. So that's all the application.